Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. The issues going on in Southeast is becoming overly twisted, even as most northerners want IPOB, wants Biafra out of Nigeria because of a lot of things ongoing. Don't forget that some few days ago, the President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Ambassador Professor George Obiozo, had appealed that no secessionist force can defeat Nigeria, though he has been blasted by some other Igbo groups. But then the CNG, talking about coalition of northern group, have sent a strong message to Ohanaeze Ndigbo. He said, no more pretense, no more hypocrisy, that everyone is in support. And they have also spelled out reasons why they think that the entirety of the Southeast are supporting what is ongoing. And they said that they themselves are going to work hard towards this particular agenda for Biafra realization. You're going to hear details of these in the news. But before we do all of that, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our videos. All right, let's listen to the news in detail. The coalition of northern group CNG has reacted to the recent remark by Ohanaeze Ndigbo against the Igbo secession bill, describing it as hypocritical attempt to fool the nation. In a statement, CNG spokesperson Abdul Aziz Suleiman reminded Ohanaeze and Igbos that they can only fool some people sometimes, but cannot fool all the people all the time. According to them, they said it is no longer in doubt that the current violent agitation and disturbances over Biafra is clearly an agenda with a wholesome backing from every component of the Igbo community in Nigeria and in the diaspora, including Ohanaeze. The CNG reminded Ohanaeze and all Igbo leaders that Nigerians are not in a hurry to forget their betrayal of the trust and accommodation accorded them despite atrocities they caused in 1966. According to him, he said, it is therefore the peak of hypocrisy for Ohanaeze at this point to attempt to distance itself from the ongoing violence and crime against humanity, whereas it has been silenced all the while. Northerners living in the Southeast are daily harassed, attacked, murdered in cold blood, and their properties destroyed. Instructively, the same Ohanaeze was conspiratorially silent when Ahmed Gulag, a prominent northern figure, was taken down on the street of Imo by Igbo-backed militia of IPOB and ESN. Prior to these, hundreds of our people have suffered similar fate in the hands of the increasingly emboldened Igbo groups since 2017, though largely deliberately underreported by the traditionally hostile section of the southern Nigerian media, whose intrinsic bias manifests whenever matters that affect the North are reported or commented on. As evidence of an agenda that has its root and pattern in our history, Ohanaeze was also silent in the face of the clear danger threat against the country posed by the assortment of Igbo armed groups that attack the nation's security assets and personnel and other democracy structures at will. He went further to say, we wonder where Ohanaeze was when in the last 1 week alone, 3 major incidents of arson and looting against properties belonging to northern traders were perpetuated in the Southeast. Their calumny became so glaring in the mischievous way they and all Igbo leaders deliberately remained silent when last weekend a truck of onions with about 500 bags of commodity was ransacked in Owerri. Around the same time, 2 trucks conveying palm oil from Enugu to Kaduna were intercepted and raised in Nsukka, and another truck delivering livestock to Anambra was burned down along with the animals it carried in the street of Oka, Suleiman charged. The double standard displayed by all the categories of Igbo leaders, including Ohanaeze, are part of a mega but clandestine plot spanning several years with a clear pattern drawn from the strategies employed to achieve the result that the coupists of the First Republic failed to realize. We warn that CNG is quite aware of the renewed antics of the proteges of those that take down our forefathers, their foot soldiers from other parts of the south and cronies from the north, which we are ready to resist and expose. The CNG regretted that in spite of the sturdy and dignified reserve of the north and the refusal by its people to engage in altercation with the Igbo antagonists, no stone is being left unturned by these people to see that the north is goaded into reacting by vilifying the region, killing its people and leaders, scandalizing its institution, and undermining the economy and social fabrics, encouraging rampant poverty and social problems like armed robbery, kidnapping, armed proliferation, drug and substance abuse. The North will no longer remain passive under such deliberate and sustained attack on its people, nor by be disposed any longer to relating with the Igbos as federating partners, and should take every measure to realize Biafra so that the Igbos will live and peace will reign again. Those were the words of coalition of northern groups, and he talked about hypocrisy on the part of Ohanaeze and Ndigbo. But I try to be very clear and very objective when I'm talking about these issues. First of all, when we're talking about hypocrisy, I mean, it's something that is practiced by the two sides. Let's be real to ourselves. Now, your CNG is okay to bring up all that has been happening, against them in the Southeast. Now, let's also take into consideration what has been happening also in Southeast, which is traceable to them. What happened in Ebonyi State, where in our very eyes, we saw some gory things that I was shocked to my bone marrow. More than 30 people were brought down in the night. How about Benue State? The issue that has been called up, talking about the issue of their cows being held back and burned. We have to also look at what actually happened. That one was just a circumstance that could not be prevented. I could still remember when that news came up, it was so wonderful that the action taken by the Southeasterners was something that even when you rebuke them, it makes no sense, because break of the people, the lorry that was carrying, it fell and people died. I tell you, hawkers on the streets were victims of circumstance. A lot of houses were destroyed in the process and all of that. What do you think the people will do? Now, apart from that, how about in Benue State? Okay, just as we are talking, look at what has happened in Ibaraba, local government area, in the southwest. Even in the southeast, Ebonyi State has been hit badly. So many things are happening in the country, which we need to sit back. If we are talking about hypocrisy, when these things happen, they're not this group, coalition of northern group, did not respond to those things. Because ideally, if we are going to do what is right, whenever such events shows up, like what the Fulanis are doing in Ebonyi State, more than 50 people were down, or maybe 30 people were down. It would have been the place of the group to, raise their voice and say, we condemn in strong terms, and we are doing everything to fish out those who are behind it, and we begin to see them kickstart the process. That will show that you are not a hypocrite. But a situation whereby when it happens to you, nobody will carry out a live press conference. Everybody will be so quiet. But when it happens in the southern part of Nigeria, everybody will begin to rage and shout and scream, and all of reprisals are taking place. I mean, these are things we need to wake up. If truly we want this country to be one, we need to wake up and instruct the two sides. Leaders, talk to your people. Let it be obvious that you are against it and you are doing everything to stop it. Then it will make some great sense. This hypocrisy is everywhere, I'm telling you. And that is what that is working against the peace of this nation. Because if the same hand that you are using to hit me on the head is the same that you are using to hit your own person, everybody will go to bed and just sleep and say, well, I think the government truly is fighting this thing. But whenever it's this other side, everybody seems to be very quiet. They don't even send a kind of condolence message again. We will hear myriads of people because of attack from social place. They are down. They have been killed. Nobody sent condolence messages again. They say, oh, we want to commiserate with these people. We are so sorry that it is happening. We are going to send in military to come and get it fixed and all of it. Nobody is saying those things again. Look at Ebonyi State. Even the state governor is tired. Benue State, the same thing. Nobody is like, Benue people, we are so sorry. This kind of wahala that is happening. We will ensure. Nobody's talking. I mean, let's grow up, bro. Let's grow up. If we really want peace, let's walk around this whole thing. Let's see how we can hold the two hands of the angry people, and then we'll see progress. I'm just trying to be very frank here,